Shalom, Yashala Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakah Kodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the work. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer." Right? All the end time prophecies happening at the same time. All of them. Right? From 2 Thessalonians to Revelation 13, right? 2 Ezra 15, right? So forth and so on, man. All of them happening at the same time. So, with the understanding that the end of all things is at hand, we need to be watching for the things that are written in the scriptures, right? Keep your mind sober. Or don't deviate from the truth, right? And pray for salvation, right? So let me keep reading. It says, "And above all things, have fervent charity or love among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins." According to the word, love or charity is keeping the word of the Most High, right? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. If you keep the word of the Most High one amongst another, right, then you can't go wrong with that, right? And Scripture tells us how to deal with those of us that are operating in our right mind. And it also tells us how to deal with individuals that are operating according to the world. As far as dealing with individuals that are operating according to the world, it basically said don't deal with them. So that love easy. Right? But as far as us dealing with, one amongst another that's operating in the spirit of truth, spirit of holiness, spirit of righteousness, and the spirit of the Lord to the best of our ability, as long as we operating according to the word, you know what I'm saying, we can't go wrong. Right? Verse 9 says, "Use hospitality one to another without grudging." Right? Let's see, verse 10 says, "As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of power." Right? "If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of power. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which power giveth." Right? To the best of your ability. Right? It says that power in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Right? Live this truth, operate in this truth to the best of your ability. Whatever the ability is that power gave you, do it. Because the end of all things is at hand. Right? Us being held accountable for what we do and what we choose not to do is at hand, right? The seeds that you've sown in this world is at hand, right? Some people are seeing those seeds come back as we speak, right? Whether your life being threatened or, you got the so-called or the devil knocking at your door, making your life extra hell, right? Or whatever it is that you're going through. Right? If you're not operating in the spirit of righteousness, spirit of holiness, with the understanding that, like it says in the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. If you know you're not serving the Lord, but you steadily in situations, your trial done already started. Right? But those of us that know what time it is, we understand that we're getting it in now so that we don't have to suffer for it later. Right? Verse 12, it says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So when everybody else is weeping and gnashing teeth because they know they haven't been doing what they're supposed to have been doing, right? When Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai reveals himself to the world, you're going to look at it totally different, right? Yeah, you're going to be terrified because it's going to be a terrifying sight, but it's going to be a sense of joy inside of you. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai going to bless you with the spirit of that joy, right? One would only assume because of what we just read. But rejoicing as much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Right? So Yahweh Shai gonna bless his elect with the spirit of joy at his return, because we understand. See, this is the book of 2nd Ezra. Chapter 6 and verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? That's an understanding right there. Right? So when it come time for, like I said, Yahweh Shema Shah to be revealed to the world, your outlook on it gonna be totally different than everybody else's. Right? Because you will see salvation instead of destruction. Right? Let me see. Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right? Then shalt thou understand. How will you gain that understanding? Right? Because you understand that the end of all things is at hand, and you've been preparing yourself for that. How have you been preparing yourself for that? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right? The fear of Yahweh. That's something that you've been laying up, right? Something that you've been storing, right? Let me see. So it's the book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Right? And you've been storing that treasure up. That treasure is the knowledge and wisdom of the truth. You've been operating in that wisdom, right? You've been learning the knowledge, right? And in doing so, you've been storing up treasures in the kingdom. And when come time for the judgment, guess what? Your debt paid, right? You've been suffering the whole time you've been in this world, right? Under the light of the truth, right? Matter of fact, let me keep on reading verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. You've been focused on that light, right? You haven't been paying the darkness too much attention like the rest of the world. Not operating in darkness, but operating in light. Light is understanding, right? Let me see. Proverbs. Let's 6:23. Yeah. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman or strange doctrine. Right? So you've been maintaining yourself because you understand that the end of all things is at hand. Right? You've been maintaining your sobriety. You've been watching unto prayer. Right? And the Most High gonna bless that, man. He's going to bless that. All right, so just maintain, man. Keep maintaining and understand that yes, trials and tribulations are gonna come, but when you operating in this righteousness, when you operating in the spirit of the Lord, it's different for you than it is for everybody else. Everybody else is suffering in vain, but you are suffering with a purpose. You're suffering now so that you won't have to suffer later on as it pertains to the judgment. All right, so I ended with that, man. Just a quick little hitter. So, Yahweh Shema Shara, these precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Holoyim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harachakodash Shalom Yashala.